Okay, back again after a little while. This is pretty much just uh, sort of a little bit of observation of what I've been able to learn so far about this binding energy, for what I call it. Um, I haven't put it in. I'll put it in thumbnail because it's yeah. I figured it would be too confusing, but in fact, it's kind of wrong in a way. Because it doesn't really fit in with any basic sort of energy, at least that I know of, because it has a tendency to rewrite things. Hmm. So what happens to free will if you if this binding energy controls chaos, uh, chaos creation, and the balance in between? Um, I don't know. I really don't. It's an interesting thought, though. But I had a bit of an experience with our calm. She's fine now. I'll give you that. But a few of her old friends came out of prison or something like that, and they were supposed to be on parole, and you could probably guess what happened to their parole officers. Typical. I mean, pirate will be a pirate no matter how long you put him in the stockade for. I mean, geez. The first person they went after was our calm. Big mistake. The thing is that when they did go after her, she was kind of looking to actually do some trading, and she went over to Caltrin to help out. That didn't work out well. Caltrin's place got near blown to bits, and he's not very happy about that, to say the least. As far as any reptilian goes, they don't like that sort of stuff. You mess with their stuff, they're going to find a way to get at you no matter what. So if they're like some guy that actually hurt him, gets locked up, he's gonna get at him. I know that much. I know him a little too well. I just hope I got locked him back up quick enough because no. Nonetheless, when I found out what was going on, our call looked like she got beat to hell, like no tomorrow. She was literally crawling to try to get to me. I brought her inside and kind of like told Aita that to try to take care of us as possible, and well, basically take care of each other because other medical reasons. But I guess in a way that what happened next was really what really pushed it over the edge. Like I saw one of the beings that was a worker there that unfortunately didn't manage to escape in time. So that was the first thing I did when I teleported was rewrite things for that being. I didn't really do things as it would be for chance or anything like that, but I guess in a way I sort of also saw some things that I shouldn't have. I don't know. It's weird. Like, sort of a life that he would have had, but eh, it was some sort of I forget what race, but another race of animal avatar and kind of a subspecies combined together, two different types of alien, really. So whoever it was, he was fairly important enough that he pretty much got my notice, and I didn't really pass him by. I mean, like I would, but I mean, if even if I would pass him by, I would just say, okay, I can't take care of you. Hand him over to someone else that can, and get back to trying to help out as many beings as possible that way, if at all. But since the last attack on our column, well, I don't know. She has a tendency to get some really, really crazy enemies. For me, uh, if if and when they do let them out, I'm screwed. I'm totally screwed. Though Archolm's enemies now being my enemies, oh dear. I gotta wonder who they're gonna target first. I don't like inheriting problems as much as the next guy, but I don't know what I'm gonna do about this. This is when it comes to pirates. Yeah, this is gonna be a bit of an issue, man. I know that Caltrin, he's had some run-ins with pirates. He don't like them for sure. I've dealt with their so and so pirate clan, and well, turns out there's a few in the shadows I didn't see before. I dealt with them too, or at least I kind of marked them. I didn't have any energy left after what I did next with Caltrin and the beings after that. Um, Basically, I just saw Caltrin with I think I think he's got a girlfriend now, so good for you, man. Wherever you are. Nonetheless, uh, if the two of them were really that connected, I figured, hey, why not try using some other type of magic or something like that. So this is like basically after I rewrote this other being's, I guess, lifeline or energy or something like that. I wouldn't say it's a matter of will. I would say it's a matter of, I don't know. It was weird. I just don't know. It's just an observation. I'll move on with it. Okay. Um, really is something that only reptilians are really able to do, and it's like I said, they have the ability to regenerate. Well, for some reason, I don't know how. Um, Caltrin's Caltrin's ability to regenerate was pretty much slow to the point where he was on the ground and comatose. He was pretty much, for a matter of fact, killed. So, uh, pretty much just said, okay, well, saw the girl there. I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna have to do so and so, and I'm gonna need your blood. She's like, please, I'll do anything. Like, okay, if you wanna do it, I'll do it. Just took my claws, two incisions, and they're on both of their wrists, one on her left and other in Cal's right. Gross as it sounds, like the next part is just like drawing blood and mixing it all with each other and adding a little bit of uh, source energy to it. Okay, presto, regeneration is restarted. That's just something I figure out how to do over the years, and well, considering how much I've been able to do this myself, well, me and Aita is kind of like we don't have blood, but it's sort of like the same principle. So I figured it would work for reptilian, but in a different manner. The idea is just when you're like regenerating or something like that, and then you have from a complete burn, you absolutely can't remove anything from your system, and it's stuck or something like that. You take a little bit of another person or another phoenix dust and mix it in with theirs, and then infuse it with that. Another doctor did this, and I just kind of picked it up and learned from it. So yeah, that was interesting, strict. I don't want to even forget that anymore because it's useful. So, lastly, on a side note, as far as our calm goes, I don't know, man. She'll be fine, I guess, but and she's been through worse. But her old shipmates really made a big dent in her. Somehow, I don't know how it happened, but she put them, she threw them into the void, and they got out. No one comes out of the void usually. Not like after what she did to them. I don't know. It's weird. Pirates are just weird. They do the most. Uh, Good grief! They just do the most random things. You never know what they're gonna do next. That's how they get the advantage. Usually, they're not like ninjas, so our call is more of a ninja, so it's like pirates versus ninjas all over the place. Uh, I'm sorry. I have to stop with that sort of pun talk. It's just if you know nerd culture, that's the whole debate of who would win. uh, yeah, I'll just uh, I'll just give it a little bit of time to stew. I'll figure out how this works one way or another. This binding energy is very interesting so far, so look out. Probably gonna find out some new tricks later. Nonetheless, there was this one guy, well, the guy that I healed prior, uh, rewrit his life essence, something, I don't know. He was about to go straight back to source energy, for all I know, because he was on the ground, face down. Uh, I don't know what else, but all I did was just do what I do best with it and improvise, be human. you know? Nonetheless, when he woke up, uh, he started walking over to where I was after I healed Cal. He got up on his feet and he was like, obviously, he was hurt pretty bad, so he was like, ugh, down on his knees again. But I did. There was a lot of fire about there in the hangar that he was at. He was looking around, cussing, and hit every ship that was damaged, cussing. Well, typical reptilian stuff like "raw, I'm mad," sort of thing. But um, I did something with binding energy that pretty much turned it into blue flame or something like that. Um, then it turned white, then it turned gray, and then it just vanished and turned into dust. Yeah. Don't know what I did. I just thought it, and it instantly happened. As with any energy manipulation, but this was even more instantaneous than before. So, the guy looked at me like I was some sort of um, I don't know what. Um, I guess you could say some sort of harbinger of destruction or harbinger of peace or something. I don't know. Nonetheless, he just looked very surprised. He's like, he said, he pretty much telepathically said to me, "How'd you do that?" And but the real way that was kind of like the tone of voice he was using, but it was like no one's supposed to be able to do that ever. And I don't know. The same instance happened um, right when I brought the pirates over to the Federation, one of the Federation stations or something like that. You know, uh, basically what I did was just, I guess I used sort of like bind unbind is the same sort of principle of it, and there was no way they could have escaped, no matter how much they struggled, because with this type of energy, it's I don't know, it's like it's it's weird. Um, I keep saying that I just don't know how to really put it into words because it's so obscure. It's not something even in my world I would even consider uh, normal. A lot of the beings don't consider it normal either. Nonetheless, yeah, a lot of weird stuff going on with this. Another thing that with this specific type of energy, um, you get to see things a little more deeper than possible. You see different types of energy around you. You're constantly able to figure out what's coming up behind you. It's like I don't know if you could get the analogy, but if you've ever seen Tron, those little bits and bytes traveling across the grid, like you see a bike coming off in the distance, or and then another one traveling underneath your feet, etc. Blah 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 on this grid, and it sort of creates a little bit of a vibration. I was standing like on a spider web or something like that. Yeah, well, actually, that's a better analogy, really. It's like you're standing on a spider web, and you're pretty much waiting for your food or something like that. Twang, twang. You can feel that. That's kind of like the sensation you get. It's like something's coming, something's here, blah blah blah. You can't really get snuck from behind or anything like that. Bark home. I know for a fact she don't know how to do that. So she does a few things with different types of balance and energy, but I never had something like that before, unless I haven't seen it before. I've seen some things in her memories that allude to her being able to have hypersenses and other stuff that are rather jackal, wolf, just canine related. So But a lot of what goes on with this is just a lot of different things that happen. But um, in a way, I had another experience that I kind of want to keep personal, like say like who's A, who's B, blah blah blah, uh, because this is something I don't want to get back to. I don't want to relate to where I'm actually being in at any given point. But because I don't, in a way, I don't want to get fired. That's just how I am. I need I need the money. So, or should I say, I need to be able to survive. I was wondering about the my place, workplace, blah blah blah, and boss calls me and it's like, okay, well, you're from Louisiana, you know about this? He just shows me this bag is full of like all this mystical stuff, and I'm like, okay, well, I grab one of my amulets and put it in the bag. I'm like, there. Like I always have some stuff on me for situations like that. I'm not stupid. It's pretty much just I just nullify it and go on with my work day. Just come back and well, not but a few days later, like one of these gals are staring at me. I'm like, okay, this must be the caster. Okay, we better deal with that really quick. And I just all I do is I think of like a trap or something like that that I would normally use, and I set it out, and for some reason it triggered just almost instantaneously without me even wanting to touch it. Energy traps is energy traps, but with this binding energy, it's a little bit finicky. I like it, and yeah, I don't like it. It uh, you know, I'm starting to think that it has a will of its own. Uh, if it does have a will of its own, I better start thinking about how to communicate with said energy, because I know that source chaos and these other types of energies, you can sort of quasi communicate with them telepathically or something like that. It's just something a little bit weird, but if it's like emotional, telepathic, it's a lot of different things, but it's all elemental. So it's on an elemental basis for this type of energy. I don't know how to communicate with it, so I don't understand it. I don't know how to control it. So if I don't know how to control it, what's it gonna do? I seriously hope some of my uh, I oh dear. I'm a little bit worried. I hope I don't didn't do anything wrong, because this is gonna be a problem otherwise. Yeah. Impromptu experiments that I probably shouldn't um or didn't want to do in the first place. This could be bad. This could be very bad. Oh boy. There's only a 1 in 5 chance this is going to actually work out the way it should be, but if there's a more broader chance than that, whew, at least it'll come away breaking even to some extent. You know, a lot of what I do as far as energy wise, I kind of see as stereotypical and then not stereotypical, but you get how it is. When it comes to energy, there's some energy that's linear, some energy that's not. This is definitely one of those sort of energies that doesn't fit into linear or non-linear. This is something new entirely, at least to me. But it's also old because, well, I guess you could say it's a relatively all I can say is that it's binding because it works off of all three energies like I've known for a while, the most common ones, and it's I guess at least I guess it works off of them. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Continue. I just like I said, I'll just let you see what else comes up. Get her done.